Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I said my poll on Twitter that my next video was going to be a week in my life video, which it still is. I just need to sit down and edit it. But today I decided to do a one-shot video just because it's mainly to get my emotions and my feelings out there about what today is. If you don't know what today is, it is 9/11, the day the Twin Towers were hit. So, when 9/11 happened, I was 3, so I obviously don't remember that day. I don't remember it happening, and I was far from New York. So, like I said, I don't remember 9/11, and I've always learned about it in history class, and I've heard my mom's viewpoints from the day, what she remembers. I've heard what other people remember. One of my social studies teachers, 9/11 happened on his 18th birthday, and he had no idea until he got to school. A lot of people found out at school, at work, away from their loved ones, mainly, essentially. And so I learned about it all these years in my history classes, and we've talked about it all these years. And I felt sad. But I also felt guilty. And this has been magnified ever since my senior year of high school, so 3 years ago. So 3 years this has been magnified. Because when I went to the 9/11 Memorial Museum, I'm not joking, I'm not being dramatic, like this is 110% true for me. It was life-changing and mind-altering. I don't want to say it made everything seem more real to me, but it did. I don't know how to explain this without it sounding bad, but all I can say is it made things more real to me than what they already were. I was able to hear videos from that day, watch news clips, hear phone calls, see the card with the blood stains on it. It was real. And while I was in that museum, I felt a mixture of sadness, anger, but mostly guilt. Guilt for feeling sad because I felt like I don't deserve to feel this sad about it because I don't remember it at all, and I didn't have to live through the uncertainty that some families did. So, with that being said, I'm the type of person who, when I have really strong emotions about something and don't know how to formulate it into thoughts to talk to people about it, I write them down into a poem. And that's what I did, so I'm going to read this poem to you guys. I'm going to pick up my laptop and read it. I wrote this before my class today, so, and please bear with me, it's probably not the best poem, but I just had to get all these feelings out, or else it wasn't going to be good. Okay, so the title of this poem is From the Little Girl Too Young to Remember. I was so young, too young to even grasp what was happening in our country. I was too young to even know what pain others were feeling on this day. Now I'm not too young. I will never know what it felt like on that day, but I do know what I felt that day stepping into the museum. It hits you like a ton of bricks, and then you feel guilty for feeling sad. You feel guilty because you feel like you don't deserve to have these feelings because you were too young to have them then, so why should you have them now? You didn't properly live through it, so the guilt about feeling sad just grows. You stand next to your best friend who's younger than you, and you just look. Tears inching their way out of both of your eyes, but neither of you knowing how to handle them. Neither knowing whether to comfort the other or just let it happen. As you go on, your tears and guilt turn into anger. Anger that you don't know how to cope with. Anger you can't express because words can never do this anger justice. Your anger consumes you and you just need to get out. The anger is coming, the The anger is becoming too much to handle, just as the guilt and sadness come running back because the anger got too lonely. Once you're outside, you think it would get better, but you were wrong. As you stare at the reflecting pool with all the names of people you never met and never get to meet, as you stare at all the names of people whose loved ones lost them, the names of all the people who never got to go home again, of all the people who lived through it and died through it. You take a look around at all the people around you, at all the adults. They lived through it. The feelings that you're feeling now is what they felt that day, and still probably worry about feeling that kind of pain again. Not only out of worry for our country, but out of worry for their loved ones. The loved ones that include you. Then you look at your mom who only has you. Then you think about all the people's families who could have just had them, and you wonder. You wonder how they're doing right now. You wonder how someone could be so cruel to take away another's loved one. You wonder what gives you the right to feel all of this when you're just a little girl, too young to remember 9/11. So I just had to get that out there because everything I wrote in there, I felt on the day when we were in the museum. I've thought about it for the 3 years since then. And today, it was hard for me to get out of bed because I was struggling with the fact that I felt guilty because I was sad about an event that happened when I was 3. And this just tells you how crazy your mind is. Because nobody else is making me feel guilty for feeling this way. In fact, everyone who I've talked to about feeling this way has told me I have a right to be sad because it is a sad event and it did affect our country. But my mind is telling me I should not feel sad about this event. So, with the poem and just all that before, I just want to say thank you to the people who are fighting for this country every day. In the country and without the country, all of our armed services, our policemen, our firefighters. I thank you each day for risking your lives so I can feel secure in my own life. Thanks, guys. Please subscribe and stay tuned.